Excellent question. Cảm ơn ông. Tôi hiểu rồi. Để tôi nói bằng tiếng Anh để cho mọi người cùng thưởng thức cái câu hỏi này. Where is love? Is the love originating from the brain or from the heart? So a person have heart transplant. Do they change? If you receive a heart from a lesbian or a gay person, does it make you become lesbian or gay? Because you're not in love with the person of different sex anymore. Nếu mà thật sự cái câu trả lời đó thì từ cái bộ não, tại vì cái tim nó chỉ là một cái organ thôi. Thành ra cái lòng mình yêu thương thì mình có nhận cái tim hay là cái gan hay là bất bộ phận nào trong khác con người, nó không có thay đổi cái khuynh hướng tập tính của mình đâu. It's an interesting question.
I have a comment and a question. So the first comment is I really agree with you that we should try to reach out to the Vietnamese media. Like, a lot of elder people in our Vietnamese community watch, Paris by Night and Thuy Nga. And if we have celebrities, like you said, we have celebrities who are gay, I guarantee you. So if we have somebody speak out on these channels, on the Vietnamese newspapers, I think that would be a great idea. The question I have is, I think mentioned that sometimes people come to you, or maybe to you as well, to say, hey, I have this son who's gay, can you cure him? And you probably tell them it's not curable, right? But they still insist. I mean, does this happen a lot?
Give it a try.
And
maybe my son is different.
Yeah,
other people are not curable, but my son is.
Yeah, so what do you tell them then? I mean, how do you deal with parents like them?
Well, I think I do have authority of being a medical doctor, so I do say that there's scientific evidence demonstrating or showing that it's not changeable, and I would tell them that at the beginning, when we did not know too much about homosexuality, there were psychologists who advertised that they could cure homosexuality. But they all, later on, after many years, they all failed. So I'm firmly telling them that no, don't even try it. It's not doable. And I try to reassure them and help them to accept rather than to change.
I think it's really about providing the psychoeducation that's needed and necessary for the parent to understand what being gay, lesbian, transgender, what that means. So I think with the education and the information, the parents hopefully can come to understand that their child isn't curable and that there's nothing wrong with her child. And another thing is, the parents themselves, they have to come to terms with it. They have to accept it. And so any resistance to accepting that, it's really just reflects that they need to work on themselves and they're not ready to accept yet. So I think just as the kids themselves need to come to a point where they're ready to accept it and come out, the parents need to kind of get to that point themselves where they're ready to accept, and then only then can they be open to learning more and also to how do you maintain relationships and how do you handle the situation from then on. And it's really a matter of having the trust and confidence in themselves. And
acceptance also go through stages. We're all familiar with denial, anger, bargaining, acceptance. So when you deal with something that is unacceptable to you, you go through those stages. So the job of therapists is to acknowledge that feeling and holding hands and coach them go through stages until the final one of acceptance. So you cannot force it. And that's where they are. So you have to understand that and go through how difficult for them, how is it for you to have a son or to have a daughter who's gay. What are you afraid of? Let them talk about that. And then when they talk about that, what my grandparents or my friends will think. So let's go through that. And after they share their pain, their shock, their feelings, and then you come to a problem solving. What can we do? So just like anything, you help the person going through stages to come to the final stage of acceptance. So depending where the people are, as a therapist, you help with that. And most of all, try to emphasize on the love, on the relationship between parents and son. So that's the anchor, the core that you hold on to. So to help the parents to accept, to recognize that your son is a wonderful person. He happened to be gay. Work on it, you know. And I think that, you know, the more people talking about gay marriage, oh yeah, let's talk about gay marriage. Okay. Okay. I think one of the argument that the non-gay people refuse, we only hear about the argument why they don't accept gay marriage. But I think when we go out and try to convince other people to vote for gay marriage, I think this is what we should say. Marriage is a legal contract, okay? And with legal contract, you get the benefit. As simple as that. Don't do all the stuff. Don't do like we equal, we equal under God, whatever. They don't get it. The non-gay don't get it. What they will get is we love each other as a couple. We want to have a family together. But if we don't have a contract, we don't have legal contract, we're not going to get the same benefit as the gay people. They understand that better than you try to convince them about this and that. They don't get it. Okay, so that's my opinion. You know what I'm talking about? Like when I say benefit, legal contract, you mean inheritance, right to visit your spouse, insurance, will, adoption, child support, custody, divorce, equal. All those things can only happen with the legal contract of marriage. So people would be more understanding if you talk about that way. Why is it, you know, I'm like you, but I don't get the benefit of marriage, and you do simply because you love a person who's of different sex. Okay?
Okay. So it turns out that I'm the MC now. So any last questions or any closing comments before we end the wonderful day today? Okay, well, again, I would like, on behalf of Samtalk Radio, would like to thank our panelists, Susie and Stu. Thank you so much for being here today. We have another battle, so I asked everyone to fill out the survey. It's very important you fill out the survey for us and pass the survey. With the survey, we'll give you someone's passing out the raffle tickets, which we should get if you give us a survey. So, give us a survey.
When did you do the survey?